Let me share something what made me to put this slide particularly. Yes, as Silas mentioned very clearly that we are on the earth with a certain purpose, and each one has to really figure out and find out how is it that we are going to understand that and achieve that and fulfill that. And that is what, and we'll figure out some thoughts and some ideas, although 60 minutes is not enough to really understand, because this is a vast topic, and it has a lot of the depth which we need to understand, explore, I would say, and envision. What made me to find work and talk about this particular topic? There are a lot of things are happening. So, what made me to find my purpose? So, I think I found my purpose after working for more than 13 years. That's in human resource management, all the top notch companies like Ramal Healthcare, India Medtronic. And that's where 6 years back, when I took a sabbatical, yes, to understand more about uh, my life as a parent and to understand how is it that I'm going to make difference. I started my journey where I understood that this is what I am here, and my mission is to connect with people in different ways, like parents to children, be the people who are partners, and connecting with their inner self, which is the one of my passion area. And since that, last 6 years, I've been serving this purpose and helping with people. Yes, Jalpa says we are part of life cycle. True, true. Yes, Gayatri, please.
I first of all let me congratulate you. Uh, I can see the vision that you have and the goal that you have for your life, the purpose, and you're constantly, doing something related to it, always on the move, always looping up people like us together. I must appreciate this, and this is how we emerge. In fact, those of you who must have got in touch with you must be definitely for some consultation as to how to go about you having a psychology background.
Yes.
But because we don't give ourselves enough time to think as to how we should take things forward when we get stuck, and I think you're giving us a real direction to move ahead, to be to feel the satisfaction of life,
Yeah.
while we are performing all our duties and keeping ourselves happy all the while.
Thank you, Gayatri, for sharing that. And I'm really grateful for your kind words.
Was
Great. So, moving forward, what made me to do this? So, and what are some of the credentials? I did my master's in 2000, and since then I've been working in corporates. So that was almost 13 years, and now since last 6 years. So I can say 20 years of rich experience, connecting with different personalities, different people, different mentors, different, I would say, people from all walks of life, I would say. Yes, all walks of life, which has really enriched my learning and who am I today. And I'm really grateful for each and every person who has touched my life through some or other way and helped me to achieve all the certificates which are here. And I really uh, please appreciate the way I am able to make difference in lives of people using all the knowledge that I have gained. So, come on to your chat box again, everyone. Imagine you are driving on a highway and somebody asked you for a lift. Okay, and this is a night time. Will you stop the car and give a lift to that person, or will you just stop the car? Yes or no? Just type in the chat box. Okay, Jayshree says yes, Asa says no, Siley says okay. I want all reply yes or no. That's it. Okay, great. Quickly, you can put one liner if you say yes, why, and if you say no, why. It's okay if you're not driving. Maybe you are just going with someone, but then you find somebody on middle of the highway asking you to stop the car. Will you stop the car? Okay, Jalpa says, I'll stop the car and check who that person is. Okay, great. What else? I want the reason from everyone. Whether you say yes, then what's one reason? If you say no, what is one reason? Okay, Asha says it may depends on the person who wants the lift. Okay, you don't know the person. Okay, fine. You will just figure out what kind of person. Okay, let me add something. Say you see a very kind of person looking not very good looking and who has okay, we'll stop the car and check with him, her, or help needed, empathy. Okay, good. So I see all beautiful souls here. I did this activity with many groups, and in couple of the other groups, the people said, "I'll not stop the car because I don't know who that person is and what that person intention is. What is it that person is going to?" What if that person is going to harm me? Okay, so yes, Stalin says on humanity grounds, and yes, keeping my guard up and watchful, but will stop any which ways. Okay, great, great. So all of you are really on an empathetic ground, on a humanity ground. You will say that you would like to stop the car, but there were people who said they would not like to stop because they are not sure, they are little fearful, afraid something wrong might happen. Okay, and they are not really ready to take that risk. I would say yes, not ready to take that risk. And actually the story what I wanted to share here is the person who was waiting and wanted to actually not wanted a lift from you. Actually he's a person who wanted to just keep you informed that the same highway further ahead is there is a big block is there, which probably is not showing on your Google map. Okay, so it is better you take some other route so that you can reach your destination safely. Now here, each one of has their own way to look at. Now there are people who are open to learn and understand, whereas there are people who think that no, this is not going to something work out. And so it's all like all of you I see have got a good intention, a good belief, good ground that yes, on humanity ground, we need to really stop and find out. And here the purpose was the pure for the person who was just standing to guide. So this was an hypothetical situation, but yes, it makes a lot of difference the way you connect with people and the way the background that you have got with you, because that is what is going to take certain steps ahead. And that is one of the key area when also you work out around the what is that really I want to do and how is it that I want to move forward in my life. So that was just an anecdote for you to understand what is it that I really, how I think, how I believe people, and how do I really understand people. Have you heard about 3 P's? Okay, so there is, yes, there are a lot of common P's are there, but here I'm talking in the context of P as a you individual. What is it that 3 roles as a woman that you play? Okay, so one role that you play is you are before a parent, you are a person. Okay, you are an individual. you were an individual, okay, who has got certain identity, certain thoughts, ideas, dreams, hopes, okay, and with that one P, you get into a second P, and that is the becoming a partner, okay, with the person that you dream of, or the way it has worked out for each one has got your own story, okay. And the third P that I'm talking about is a parent, okay. So as you look at your, these three P are very important. The way you have really become, okay, and each one of you and will have your own story, as I said. So remember this three P. The first P is always the person that who you are. Then you became the partner, and then you became a parent. Why I'm saying this, because it has a close connection with the theme that we have got for the today. How is your life defined? Okay, again, I'm a facilitator or a coach or a presenter who asks a lot of reflective questions. Okay, so if you do not have pen and paper, probably you can keep one, make jot down certain questions that I'm going to ask. This is going to be something useful to you. We are not here to find the answers right now. I'm here to help you to discover some new things, the new way to look at, the new way to understand your role, and how is that theme is going to make more working. Okay, yes, the people, especially moms who are working, they have the picture as very clearly signifies life for them is to balance family, future, career, and lots of other activities. Okay, so reflect on these questions, what I'm showing on the screen. What are your highest priorities in your life for all the three P's? Okay, I'm not just talking about one P. Okay, look at all the three P's that you have. What are your achievements as three P's? What is it that you would like to give to yourself? Okay, how do you add value in your family as 3P? Because when we may very call, I mean, I call that, okay, after marriage, then there are different types of people are there who call themselves as that. Just once I have become parent, that means my full life is parent. No, you have equally other two roles also happening in your life, that is being a person and being a partner and being a parent. So, and especially why I chose this topic for mom, okay, it is equally important for even fathers, but I wanted, I'm more passionate about this topic to work with women because they are the pillar, they are the backbone of any family, and for them it is very important to understand that how do they drive these three P's, and they are somewhere watched very closely by the children around, since especially now being a lockdown, it's also father also comes in picture equally, but then other than whether you are working or a non-working, but you play a significant role in your child's life along with these three different aspects of your life. Okay, so one of the theme that I believe strongly is raising healthy family. Yes, and it and there are many, all those who are present, I would say all, is it right? Just type yes or no. Is it, something that you also believe in, or something different that you have for all these three that P I have defined? Yes. How do you add value? If you have never thought, think about it. One more question for you to reflect. How do you judge the value of a human being? What is the one thing that comes in your mind when you have to judge a value of a human being? Okay, there are many people categories who says yes, the money, the possessions. Okay, Darlene says my habits and kindness used towards others. That's a very good, a very, I would say, positive thought that you have got. But yes, this is majority of people, especially in the today's life, materialistic life that we have got, that they see that how I judge the value of human being is yes. What I have got here to also think about is something. a value. There is a story that I would like to share here where somebody has valued the size of heart and the strength of character. Okay, so yes, Jalpa says our own nature and thinking process perfect. Yes, these are all, as I said, we are here, 9 people, and 9 people will have all the different ways to look at, because the way each one of us got our own way of life journey, we are going to value human being accordingly. Okay, and each one is right. I would say there is nothing wrong, because each one has got their own experience and learning. I want to share you a story about, I don't know how many of you have heard this lady by name Osceola McCarthy. Okay, she was a local washerwoman throughout her life. Yes, throughout her life, she did this work, and she beautifully said these lines. And I want to read out that for you. I can't do everything, but I can do something to help somebody. And what I can do, I will do. I wish I could do more. And why she said what she could do more. So who is she? Let me make you understand. Anybody knows who she? Anybody has heard about her? Okay, so Osceola McCarthy. She is a lady who was born in United States in 1908, and she did some phenomenal contribution in the life. Now imagine that the lady who has studied up to just 6th grade, okay, and post that she just worked as a washerwoman throughout. She washed dirty clothes and ironed the clothes, and whatever earning that she was getting, she used to contribute a deposit in a bank. And her whole life, so she died, I think, in 1999. So at the age of 1991. So towards the end of her life. And how was her life? She never visited for any party. In fact, she was never invited, because the work that she was doing, it was not liked by. She was a kind of a very low class people, that the area that she was staying in, the way she lived was very simple. Do the work, hard work throughout day and night continuously, not worried about what she's eating or whether she's taking rest or not. That was all least bothered for her. For her, that was her passion, to work and to serve as a washerwoman. And she whatever earnings she had, she used to just put it in the bank. And only one thing she used to do was to visit a church regularly. And one day, the banker calls up. Do you know, Miss Oshala, what is the kind of money that you have got? She's like, no, I don't know. And she was not understanding the figure. So to make it easier, the banker said, imagine you have got 10 dirhams. Yes, 10 dirhams or 10 coins with you. So what are you going to do with that? And she said, she thought for a while first, and then she said, okay, I'm going to donate 1 coin to the church for all the good work that they are doing. Then the next 3 coins that I'm going to give to my 3 dearest cousins, because that were the only three people around with whom she could spend little time in her life. And then the rest of the 6 coins I would like to give, where she decided to give to a University of Southern Mississippi's, and she became one of the most famous benefactor. Benefactor is someone who, and she very clearly specified that I would like to use this money for someone who are unable to pay for their education. Okay, now I found this story very inspiring, very, I would say, heart touching. The woman who never got a chance to study because of her poverty and background, but then she did whatever she did with all her heart and soul, and then she collected money. And can you imagine the kind of money that she donated uh, towards the end of her life? It was dollar 150,000. Yes, and for that kindness and for that act, she became popular. So, what was the purpose? I mean, why I shared this story? It's very important that what is the kind of message that we are driving in day-to-day activities. Now if we look at our lives, I mean, the way we one of the purpose of our life is to make difference in life. And I would, in fact, I realize that this is the one thing for which we are here on the earth. Okay. And she very beautifully said, I knew there were people who didn't have to work as hard, and she really worked hard, but I didn't make it feel sad. I love to work, and when you love to do anything, those things don't bother you. Sometimes I worked straight through 2 or 3 days, and I had goals while I was working toward that motivated me, and I was able to push hard. Work is a blessing. As long as I'm living, I want to be working at something. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I can't work. And yes, she did work till the last years of her life, which made. And this is just one of the stories, and I know there are many such stories around. If we just kind of do some a bit of our research and find out what are the different ways people are making difference in the life. Okay, so the point that I want to drive here is the purpose of life here to make a difference in someone's life. For that, we don't need to be a brilliant, rich, beautiful, perfect. And it's more is how do we, what do we care about, and what is it that we want to give in the life. So I want each parent who's present here have some deep down thought. Is there somewhere we are working towards it? Because me as a parent, I really found this very fascinating. And what I do, one of the purpose that I've got is, yes, to impart value education. And I do that. There are lots of activities that I'm engaged in besides my professional work that I do, and making difference. And when you are as a parent engaged in such activity, you are role modeling a lot of things to your children. Probably they are not doing today, but somewhere they are gaining lot of vibes, lot of insights, lot of the ways that you are thinking is very important. So with that, I would like to just understand how to guide children as a parent. Just remember what really counts in your life for happiness, because we hear so many stories around. There are like we heard of Sushants, and there are many Sushants who gets unnoticed right around the world, like that. Many would be there, but then is that really giving the happiness? It's car, house, material, or bank balance. I'm not saying it's not important, it is important, but then what is beyond, something more important? Is it something? I call it as a humanity? How our talents can be used for a purpose that adds value to these people for some cause. Okay, so each parent having there is a good correlation, and when we are parenting young children, it's very important that how do we pass on this cause to them, and the way we can make them really think about it from the time they are young, because it's very powerful when we start early years with this kind of thoughts with them. How we can help them? Let's ask, have some kind of a dinner table or family week exercise, that how many lives can we touch with our work, whatever work they'll do. This reminds me one story that one day a teacher in a school asked all the children, she was asking, what is that you want to become? And one child very proudly says, I want to become a doctor. So his teacher said, wow, very nice. Well, why is it that you want to become doctor? And the child very innocently says, just because it gives me a lot of money. Now, child, I would say probably 3 or 4 grader. Now, at that age, where that thought has come from, that becoming a doctor and earning a lot of money is the only thing that the child has understood. Yes, it was an innocent thought, but then just think about it, where the seeds are coming from. Somebody in the family may not be parents all the time, maybe people around, that when you become a doctor you can earn a lot of money, and like that. So this is just an example. So what is the thought that we are giving it to children, the profession that we are asking them to give? So doctor is such a noble profession, how that we can add value to whatever profession that our children are taking, so that they can touch, and how they can touch. So it is going to depend the way we are going to give them some thoughts to how is it that they are going to put it into the practice. So the point that I want to drive here is, can we shift our compulsion? The way each parent, like, everybody wants to give the definition of success, and as I said, but can we along with that also give a kind of a lifelong commitment to make the difference in whatever work they are doing? Give them an mindset, an attitude of serving, and that's going to make a lot of difference. And that will happen not just one day miracle, it is going to happen by every day, the kind of uh, activity that you do. What is the decency, the small task of goodness that you show, that you do along with them or in front of them, or you share with them, because that is what is going to drive their mindset and going to bring difference in the humanity. Okay, so as Mother Teresa said very beautifully, that there are no great acts, only the small acts done with love. And each parent who's present here has a lot of opportunity to do their role with love, with compassion, and with purpose. And lot of I would say insights. And yes, as Jalpa says, we can't shift our compulsion, but you need to relook at it. If you can't, then ask yourself, why is it that it's not happening? There are some of the key areas that I want each parent who's present here want you to develop for the child: physical, social, mental, and spiritual. My personal interest here is we take care of, yes, the physical, social, and mental part, but somewhere we miss out on the spiritual element, and see how is it that we can make it more balanced, and that is going to become a holistic all-round development and raising a child. Because suddenly we can't tell child that you start following, they are going to follow what you have been following. Okay, so it's very simple. If there is no and then over a period of time, yes, they are going to pick up their own ways and means. That's a different thing, but then the base remains the same. So all those parents who have got young children, it is very important that what are the certain foundation, what is the base that you can put from the beginning. And I found this very useful, the way it has happened in my life, that when you introduce these all aspects, it really shapes the way child thinks, the way child uh, look at the options, the way they see around. Yes, what Jalpa says, it's like we need to know their interests, then we work on the same, then it's more efficient. Yes, it's very important that how do we really understand that, and that's where I'm going to come towards my later slides. What is your current state as a parent? Okay, now each parent who's here reflect. So again, as said, I'm a reflective facilitator. I want all of you to reflect on these questions. Are you living with your child? Living, I would say living. Yes, it's a very big term. Or are you just busy chasing life's goal? It could be anything, your personal goal, professional goals, many. There are many goals every one of us has got. Okay. Are you enjoying those mini joys with child, or are you struggling for the big wins? We are waiting for one day something big is going to happen, and then we are going to celebrate. So the recent last 6 months has taught us many things. And is the right time right now? If not, then I think the time will never come. Let me be very frank and honest that if not now, then it will never happen. Okay, are your days overscheduled with different activities, or you have some focused activities around the purpose? Okay, is your mind overworked with different family priorities, or you have some clear focus that what is it that you need to do in life? Okay. Is your spirit tired by day-to-day course activity, or you are filling it with certain experiences that really, and it's not only experience for yourself, but Yes, all the people around. That would include your children, your family members, everyone. Okay, is it that are you happy in terms of the way you are shaping and developing the characters? It's very important because that's where one of the important roles that we play. Yeah, are you able to showcase your loving parent role model where there is a lot of affection, lot of wisdom is there? Because when the wisdom will come, when we know a lot of things and when we experiment, we learn and then we share. We need to equip our children with all the required values, virtues, and vision so that they can really live the rich lives to become when they get mature. Because it's not the maturity is going to come with the age that by the time they are 18 they'll get automatically. No, it's going to be bit and bit that you are going to add every moment throughout from the foundation years till they become next 20-25 years. Okay, be honest with yourself and just ask, are you happy with your success as a parent, or is it something that you're feeling lost? I don't need an answer right now. It's for you to really reflect and ask, where is it that I need to work upon? What are the areas that I really need to focus more? Okay. Deepak Chopra is one of my great mentor and teacher, I would say. And he has very beautifully said that every one of us has a purpose in life, a unique, special gift or talent that we need to give it to others. And when we blend this unique talent with service to others, we experience lots and lots of joy. It's something that will give you a lot of happiness. I would say the pleasantries, the pleasure, joy, real joy. And that is what the ultimate goal, the purpose, that what I'm talking about. And you as a parent, you have to first know your purpose. And then when your child see you serving your purpose, they in the process, they also learn a lot of things, and one day it's become very easy for them to figure out that purpose, that yes, this is what I want to also do. uh, Help your child how to find that purpose. Okay, and the formula is very simple. The purpose is, what are some of the natural gifts that your children has got, and what are they passionate about, what are some of the values that you're really driving, and that becomes purpose. And very beautiful. It looks simple, three, but yes, there's a lot of I would say the inner work journey. For me, I would say last 6 years, and it's an ongoing journey. Yes, although I've been spending almost last 6 years, but then and somewhere I've found this my core purpose, and that's where I'm delivering this session where working with parents, helping them, aligning them, and very important to get to understand. Each parent is a learner here who wish to make inner shift for their self and for their child to grow. Okay, and that, as I said, it's not going to come overnight. It is, and there's going to be lot and lot of inner work. Yes, I would say inner work where you have to work with yourself first, and when you do that, then you are able to make that difference by sharing your wisdom with the people around. Okay, and starting with family. As I said, the old proverb says that charity begins at home. And so I want each of you to begin that good work with yourself, and then once you realize that, probably you can spread it to the more people. Very beautifully said by Ralph Emerson. Every artist was first an amateur. And yes, and most of you are here are very clear what they want to do, and that becomes their journey a lot. And it really helps them as an individual, as I said, as a person, as a partner, and as a parent. Remember, these three are very important. It's not just one P. So that's all from my end. I want each of you to feel the joy of being a parent, become a human being, because that's what we are, and we have got some core thing within each of us that we want to really understand. What is it that we would like to give as a gift to this planet Earth for which we are here? And I believe once we do that, all the other things falls in place. Life may not look easy right now. There are a lot of uncertainties there because of the situation that all of us are going through. But I'm sure there is that uh, light which is there at the end of the tunnel, and we have to just go through the tunnel right now, and we all can make difference. But how we are going through that tunnel as a parent right now is very, very important. So thank you very much for being present here, and I'll be happy to understand your views, your takeaways, and anything additional that you wish to add on this topic, which is very dear to me. Thank you, everyone.